Welcome to Leave a Message.
This is Leave a Message with Ali and G. This is where we listen to your voice notes and talk all about them.
Talk all about them, divulge way too much of our own personal information.
I thought that the other day, actually. I did think, wow. Because I can't remember what I was thinking about, but I was like, God, I don't think I'd mentioned that on the pod.
There are a lot of things that I somehow managed to say on this pod.
And then I say them and I think, oh, that was one that I was going to keep to myself.
And then I watch the edit back and I think, could do with a cut there.
I could have gone without that.
Could have done.
Wow, that's so interesting. Did my mum need to know that?
Do you know what I mean? Luckily, my mum's not listening to us anymore. She'd have a heart attack by now.
Yeah. My mum is still listening. I didn't know, but she told me.
Oh, dear.
She's still a listener.
What did she say? I'm thrilled. Actually, I'm so delighted that my mother's not our number one supporter. Because
I think that's really good, actually.
I could not do. I wouldn't be able to say half the things.
I know.
What did your mum say?
No, but Al thought she was hiding her Botox from her mum, and her mum literally looked at her and was like, "Your forehead doesn't move. How would I know you didn't have Botox?" So good.
She was like, it's so obvious.
So obvious. I mean, it is.
It is.
And she's asked for it to be obvious. So.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't go there saying make me look natural. I said make me look pumped up, babe.
Pumped up Frozen.
Pump it up.
Pumped up Kicks.
Pump up the jam. Wait, sorry. Tell everyone about what your mum said about the drugs, because that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. God, my mum was asking me whether I'd ever participated in an extracurricular activity. And I was like, Mum, like, have you not? Like, you know, when you just try and get them at their own game, like when she's always like so like obsessed with me wearing Durex. And I'm just like, God, have you never had condomless sex? Like, relax yourself. So then I was like, you know, have you never played, you know, around with, you know, bits and bobs in your past? And she's just like, well, I smoked marijuana once or twice. I was like, whoa, marijuana got ready.
And then she was like, I'm hoping you're not doing Class A.
Well, I'm hoping you haven't done any Class A's, Georgie. And she gets so serious and she goes all scousy. She's like, oh, well, I'm doing a Scouse accent now. Oh, God, well, I hope you haven't been doing any Class A's. Like, so serious. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you about this anymore. This conversation is over. And that's my right as an adult.
I must just start telling you about my Trump. So
she did a big bad Trump.
I was thinking this, I should have said this on last week's episode, because we were talking about those things when you're like, wasn't me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a white lie that I would take to the grave. Wasn't me. I don't know. I wouldn't smell like that if I did a Trump like that.
So
my Trumps don't smell.
I was at Michael McIntyre at the OVO Wembley Arena, and he was like, honestly, I was pissing myself. And
he was too funny, so you couldn't control your movements.
And I'd had a big salad just before, like a very like quinoa, like all the bits, like the nachos, like, you know, things that just make you Trump.
A bit gassy.
Right. And anyway, it's packed, not a seat empty.
That's nice for him.
Really good. And he did 3 nights there.
Wow.
Packed. And
must be raking it in, Mike.
Absolutely raking it in. And I let out a Trump, and sometimes you don't know if
it's really brave to do that in a crowded room.
Can I tell you why?
That's
Because
bold.
if I didn't do it, I would have had the worst like gut ache, and I would rather have just like sat there in shame.
Stank out the whole of the OVO than have gut ache.
So I did it, and then sometimes though those silent ones, they're no smell.
No smell. You've got away with it. You're gravy. It's
and
like when you do one when you've just slept with someone, you do it in your sleep, and you just think, poof. Do you know what I mean?
And then like
Rana, the shock. Have you never?
He was actually doing a joke about this.
It's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, it is mortifying.
He was doing a joke about that, about like when you can feel like the fart getting into like its final chamber.
Like it's ready.
And like it's like fart chamber full, waiting for instruction, release or repeat. And it's like release 20%. So it's like...
Oh, no. And you were actually taking it literally.
I did a whole 100%
You were doing his
dub.
instruction. You just thought, oh, go on then, Mike.
And it smelled like a dead animal. I honestly thought, what the fuck have I eaten in the last 48 hours?
I actually know what your farts smell like, and I feel very sorry. I think we should write to every single person that was sat around you. We must contact the OVO and ask for their names.
And then the woman in front of me starts looking around.
Oh, no!
And then I saw...
Karen, turn back around or I'll fart on you again.
And then I thought I'd best join in. So I'm desperately... God,
looking at Raw. God, what's that smell?
Obviously, Raw knows it's me.
You smelled your fart before.
Raw's so sweet, though. If we were at a dinner table with friends and I did that, because I can't keep it in, he would take the blame for it.
Sweet. He's like a Labrador.
Yeah,
he is actually a golden retriever boyfriend. He is like 10-10 golden retriever. I think he's like...
Chef's kiss.
He's chef's kiss.
Anyway, yeah, I just want to say that if you're having those situations, listen, you got to let it out. I really recommend letting it out. And like, let other people sit in your shit. It's fine.
Oh. maybe don't shit, like actually follow through.
Farts are actually just shit particles in air form, really. That's what they are. That's
just when you say it like that, it just is so gross, isn't it? I guess it is gross.
It is gross. That's the human body for you.
That's the human body. And, if we overshare, we overshare. That's what we do in life. That's our job.
We've started this podcast off doing exactly that, divulging far too much personal information. We're not here to talk about my trumping and her Class A activity. We're here to talk about your voice notes, your voice messages. Our DMs are so full, so we thought we best centralise this into a group chat. So what are the Gallies called this week, babe?
I'd like to call the Gallies Julian.
Okay.
I've just become obsessed, as you can see, with Superdry, and Julian Dunkerton, the founder of Superdry, deserves a shout out, I think.
How do you even know that?
Because he's like famous in Cheltenham, because he basically owns half of Cheltenham.
He's from Cheltenham, the guy that started Superdry.
If he's from Cheltenham, but he definitely owns like every single cool place to like eat or hang out in Cheltenham.
Okay, Julian it is.
Julian.
It's a mixed bag today, we should say, so don't expect a theme from us. Take what you're given.
Sometimes there's voice notes. That's a cool way to hold a mic, isn't it? That's really good. I look like a pop star. Sometimes there's voice notes that don't quite fit into the episode themes, but they're good and we don't want to lose them. So this is where the mixed bag comes in.
Do you know what I mean? When we do those mixed bags, sometimes they're the best of the best. So let's get rolling.
So, hi Gallies. I was going to send this voice note in a while ago and I'm so glad I didn't because the developments are actually mad. So, I'm just going to get into it because Rahana, I've written a script for you, don't you stress. So basically, I was with my boyfriend for 3 years and we're like close family friends. Like our mums are besties. But like when I was in it, I thought it was great. Like didn't have to meet the parents because I've known them since I was 4, easy. But in hindsight, would not recommend dating a family friend, never again. But classic, he went off with me for like a few days, said he was fine, then randomly like broke up with me because he needed to work on himself and be by himself, for like the classic, just wanted to be single basically. And I was like really supportive and I like totally understood and was way too kind and lovely because just me. And he was still like texting me and like calling me for a while. And then I found out he like was kissing someone else, like when he was still texting me. And then would call me like for 4 hours at like 3 a.m. So I find that out and obviously I'm fuming. And may I add, this girl I saw him out with the week before he broke up with me. But again, I was just such a great girlfriend. I really didn't think much of it. So I kept like asking him, like, did you cheat on me with her? I reckon I asked like about 10 times over like a couple of weeks, but apparently no, nothing's happening and they're just friends. Cool. I will trust you because you got to trust someone until they prove you shouldn't trust them, And then loads of other disrespectful things over the last 2 months. So I don't speak to him or like hear from him for like a month and a bit. And then out of the blue, he texts me for him to come round because he wants to tell me something out of respect and he doesn't want me to hear it from someone else. And he comes round and says he's with her. Shock, not. And that he didn't want to be single and he was confused, and the feeling that he thought he wanted to be single was actually that there was something missing in our relationship. But I said, well, what's that then? And he couldn't tell me. He didn't know what that was. So, and for context, we're in the last year of uni and his new girl is currently revising her A-levels. So honestly, never felt disrespect like it, but everything's a life lesson.
Everything's a lesson or a blessing. Oh, Julian won.
I've just written here in bold, big letters, dick.
Dick. What a dick. And also like, you think you're doing someone a kindness by doing the whole, it's not you, it's me. I need to work on myself, blah, blah, blah. But you've obviously had a thing with this girl and you obviously like her and they've started dating her and it's just classic. It's like, I'm not a child. Don't lie to me. If you're not happy, you're not happy and leave.
I was going to say, the thing that I can't stand is like the lack of honesty. Like if you want to fuck me about, be honest about it.
And maintaining hope. Like I don't want to have hope that you might find yourself and come back to me. You found someone else in her 6th form years, you minger. Sorry.
This is why I also have written down, babe, you've got a very flawed trust system going on here. Trust someone until they show you not to trust them. Are you mad? Have you been listening to us for the last 12 weeks,
That's
babe?
what I like to do, babe. And it is
no one.
trust no one. The Gallies trust no one. Sorry, Rahana, before we actually get into the depths of this voice note, I would like your review on the quality of it.
This voice note.
Yeah, because she wrote a script
she
for
wrote a
you.
script for
Yeah,
you.
feedback is it was very clear, concise, and I'm really sorry this happened to you. No qualms on my end.
Great, good.
Great voice note.
Our,
Really good. Well, take
boss-
note, girls.
our
At
boss
home.
has signed it off.
Really good. Voice note. Boss, captain of voice notes. Very serious.
Right, caption of
good.
voice notes. Listen, it is a flawed trust system, and I know that everyone likes to pretend like everyone else is good. They're not. And like, you can't. I also would say, I know you want to have hope, don't have hope. People often let you down. I'm really sorry to say it. Like, it's the truth though. That is the reality of life. It's a nasty thing to have to learn. If he's given
the only person you can rely on is yourself.
yeah, and like, you can't hope that he's going to become a good person because he's clearly a wanker.
And one thing I was going to say, like, about the fact that he kind of had started like kissing girls like early on, still texting you. I do think young guys, or actually all guys, are really good at
Let's not reserve it for
compartmentalizing.
young guys, I'm thinking all guys.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think they grow out of it. I think they can like still want and need you in one capacity and also
They want their cake
shag
and-
another girl.
To have their cake and eat it.
Yeah,
which is
and they're
bollocks.
not confused by that. And obviously we're looking at that behavior and being like, sorry, you did what? But to them, it's just like, move on fast, move on hard, but also let me keep one foot in the door because I might change my mind and I don't want to lose that opportunity with the door ajar.
I'm not excusing it, but having obviously spent having spent a lot of time around Rory's friends over the years, I cannot impress. I think that we all think that boys deep it. They don't fucking think twice.
They don't think twice.
You're agonizing and you're sat there and you're thinking, what if I'll trust him? I'll hold out hope for him. They've literally thought about you. This sounds savage. It's the truth. They've had a laugh about it with their mates. They don't talk to their mates about anything. So they've sat there thinking, what shall I do? I'll make up some bullshit about being confused. I'll crack on with the girl I really fancy and I'll spin up some.
It's horrible.
They're living on a different planet.
We give them too much credit sometimes, I think,
Yeah.
is the problem. And I think, like, it's by his actions, he's shown you that he's not the person for you. I mean, I'm so sorry about your mums being best friends because that is unbelievably uncomfortable,
An
like
advert
horrendous.
to not go out with your family friends. We talked about this last week.
Yeah, I just think it's like, we just don't want anything too close to home, do we? So hard, because if everything went well, it'd be perfect.
You can't
You're
get-
right, you don't have to get to know his
Yeah,
parents.
but
They love
can't
you.
bank on that, babe.
Bank.
On everything going well. No way.
No way.
No way. 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, they don't.
And it's really hard because, like, you're young, you're in your 3rd year of uni, like, it's hard. Relationships are so hard. And I mean, you were together for 3 years. That's a really long time. And I'm so sorry that he just broke up with you like that and gave you no real excuse. Like, what is wrong with him?
It's also so savage when you, like, I feel like this in this situation when you think you know someone.
Yes.
And then they're
especially
like-
if you've known them forever and then you started shagging
know what I
them.
mean?
It's like, I know you.
And then it's like, who is this person
Who
that I'm
are
looking
you?
at?
Do you know she's only 18? Just.
Oh, I just think when someone shows you their true colours, you have
Gotta
to take
see
them at
them.
first face value.
Gotta
'cause
see the colours.
we are all masters of ignoring them.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself, babe?
Oh, I don't know. Hope.
To throw a spanner in the works,
Oh, go on.
Please.
a few episodes ago, we talked about playing within our families, and you,
Ali Mac said it'd be great if I shagged
Put
Jack.
this out, obviously, but
About my story?
yeah.
It wasn't about my family. Oh, God.
No, she did. She said it would be absolutely epic if I shagged Jack.
Oh, we were talking. No, this is about the story that I've never told anyone that was going to take to my grave. That now I'm not going to take to my grave because 20,000 people are going to listen to it.
Oh, sorry. Wait, I don't remember this.
The one that
I've
you
had
were
a
like,
stroke.
No, it's really bad. My story.
Oh, it's really
No,
bad.
you can play it. I don't care.
Go on.
I'm not friends with any of them anymore.
How are you going to segue it in? I best have a sip of tea before Ali Mac spills the tea.
This isn't about. Okay, it is kind of related because we weren't family friends, but yeah. Anyway, it's bad. So, oh fucking hell. So it's so bad. She had this boyfriend at uni. They were together for about 2-3 years, and I was at this party with him, and I tripped and fell into his bed.
Can you believe?
And when she
Ali Mac sat over there giving all this advice. And look at the things she's been up to.
The reasons it's bad is number one, because we were friends for 15 years.
They've broken up.
Yeah, just. Number two.
How just? Hours?
Couple of months. I did
Just so everyone knows, and I'll say it for the record, if anyone shags my ex-boyfriend and you've so much as said hello to me,
yeah.
I will kill you.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you're ever in the clear to shag your friend's ex, ever. Like, not even in 15 years. No, okay, the only exception is unless you're going to actually marry them and have their children.
Then fine.
But other than that, keep your fucking, vagina tucked away.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep your facts to yourself.
Ali might did not keep her flaps to herself.
I did not keep my flaps to myself. And I woke up in the morning and I thought, actually, like fuck. Then I also, this was at a stage
Had you always
in my
fancied him a bit?
No, babe. No.
Wild from you. That is wild.
I also had my Find My Friends on, so everyone knew I was at his house. Then I had to lie.
White lies.
No, it was a big dark black lie. Jet black lie. And I said I'd got so drunk that he'd taken me home and tended to me.
I bet he tended to you, but he tended to you quite well.
And she found out. I again lied.
Oh, sorry, that puts me in a world of pain.
I lied and I said we only got off. We didn't. We shagged about 4 or 5 times. And then
did you?
She doesn't even know. Still to this day, I pray to fucking God she's not listening to this episode. I actually
odds on when we get this back to review, Ali might post this. Odds on.
I won't. I'm going to stand by this because I think it's really disgusting what I did, and I don't recommend it.
Proud of you.
And the other reason it was bad, can I tell you a story I forgot to mention before? Out of any of this, is that Raw and I had already started seeing each other.
Rory know that?
Yeah, he knows now. 3 years in, I told him.
He knows now. He's listening now. He'll know now.
Surprise! No, and the worst thing is that I had found out quite early on that on the day of our first date, he'd gone home with the girl and I had given him hell for 3 years about the fact that he was like a scummy, cheating, scumbag.
So you went a little bit hypocritical because you actually shagged someone.
And I knew the whole time that what I'd done, and I'd still given him an earful for 3 years. And then 3 years in, I thought, best let him off the hook. So I did.
Babe, you're wild.
I did tell him. No,
that's wild.
I'm not a good person. I know.
You're not a good person. I listened to this thing earlier today about how you have the metaphor is that you have 2 halves of your heart. One part is good and one part is bad. And the beat in your chest is every day those halves fighting each other.
Good.
And every day one half wins. So when you have a really bad day or you do a really bad thing, the bad half won.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean you're a bad person because you'll wake up the next day and the good half might win.
Also, I can see it for what it is. I'm under no illusion that what I did was okay.
You think that was really bad?
Disgusting that I did that. If someone had done that to me, I'd honestly have guillotined their head off.
I genuinely was just thinking about it, and I'm thinking murder would be appropriate, and I would serve the time. I'd serve the time.
And I never even faced it. That's the worst of all of it. Is that I never.
What did she say?
She did. She was just like, "You're a piece of shit," obviously.
And I won't speak to you again.
And I was like, "Yeah."
She talks to you now.
Yeah. Talks we're not friends, but we swept it under the rug. She's
How
had
old
3
were you?
boyfriends since then. Just when I've just turned 21.
Oh, you're so young.
Yeah, you were just a bit boy hungry and dick blind.
And
it doesn't justify it.
No, it's disgusting. But
was he fit? Was he a good shag? Tell me something was
10 out
worth
of 10
it.
shag. Oh,
really? 10-10. Oh yeah, I did know that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him good in bed.
No. That was kind of I thought, maybe I'll cash in on this on my house. Still waiting for that favour to be called in.
It was a kink. It was a right-wing kink.
No, the whole thing was just bad. The whole thing was bad. I just want to say, she.
Do you want to publicly apologise?
Yeah, I've just said I'm a disgusting person. I am truly sorry for what I did to you. She has had 3 boyfriends.
You did a disgusting thing. No. You're not a disgusting person.
I was on that night.
You're more disgusting for trumping in the ovo, to be honest. That makes you a disgusting person.
I think
you did a disgusting thing.
I did a disgusting thing. Don't recommend to go back to close family and friends. Definitely don't recommend.
I think we all learn to stay well clear is the best thing to do. This is why, to be fair, when we were talking about it in a couple of episodes ago, Al did say I do have to tell this story because I am giving advice and saying oh, that's so bad, scumbags, blah, blah, blah. And then she just had to say that once upon a time she accidentally participated in scumbag behaviour.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm by no means an angel, but I feel that's why I can also understand I I do understand that people fuck up, and I just think like, but if you fuck up, you've got to know that you fucked up.
You got to
like,
look it in the
own
face.
Yeah, and like be able to say like, what I did was shite. Like
that's
I'm not.
Sometimes the most telling thing. The action itself is bad. It's how you deal with the aftermath that is actually important.
And like for him to just go, oh, I was like confused. That's bollocks.
You weren't. You were seeing her.
Own up to what you did.
Yeah, agreed.
Everyone does bad things.
Yeah, I agree.
In the words of Lisa Rinna, own it.
Own it.
Julian, number 2.
Hey girls, this is a story about cheating. I have tried to send this voice note about 5 times and I keep messing up. So hopefully this is a good one. So I had a friend, my best friend for about 4 years in year 8, so I was 13. So let's call her Annabelle. So me and Annabelle, best friend. Annabelle had a boyfriend in year 7 called Stephen. We'll call him Stephen. And Stephen and Annabelle had a thing, but they broke up. Then me and Stephen had a thing, but he also had a thing with Annabelle, but me and Annabelle were best friends. So then one day, Stephen's best friend, we'll call him Ben, wanted to be with Annabelle. Annabelle didn't want that because Annabelle was talking to Stephen, but they didn't want anyone to know. So they told everyone that I was talking to Stephen, even though I liked Stephen. And then me and Stephen ended up getting really close. We then ended up getting together. He was my boyfriend. And obviously Annabelle was not very happy, but Annabelle was my best friend. But we were also both talking to him at the same time, but then he decided to choose me. And then it was the summer holidays. I was about to meet up with Stephen, my boyfriend. We were gonna kiss for the first time. I was 13, I was in love. And I get a text from my other best friend saying that Annabelle had told her that she and Stephen met up and they kissed. I was absolutely heartbroken. I screamed at him. I never really spoke to him again. That was it. Her, I haven't been friends with her. I'm now 18. Haven't been friends with her since I was 13. I mean, we knew it was coming. We were both talking to him at the same time. And he then decided to cheat on me with her. I'm still traumatized. I will never forgive both of them. They broke my heart when I was 13.
Babe, I'm really sorry. I think you got to get over it.
No.
Do you know how old they are in year 7, babe? 11 to 12.
Do you know what? I've had a similar thing happen to me and I don't think I'm over it now. She said it. I've just been triggered. I've just remembered my anger, actually.
Sorry, I'm actually a bit lost. Before you get into your story, can we just, what the fuck? There are so many people in this story.
Yeah, okay. I can give you a little rundown. So basically, Annabelle and Julian 2 are friends.
Yeah.
Annabelle was actually with Stephen first in year 7. When you first go to year 7, you all get boyfriends. It's like tag team. You have to just find a boyfriend.
First one in gets it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Annabelle then didn't really want to be with Stephen anymore. So then Julian 2 started chatting to Stephen, and Ben, Stephen's best friend, said that he fancied Annabelle. So Julian 2 thought it was fine that she was chatting to Steve because Annabelle was chatting with Ben. But little did she know, Annabelle was actually still chatting to Stephen. She then started going out with Stephen. Annabelle's kind of low-key pretending to be with Ben, but is actually snogging Stephen on the weekend when Julian 2 was meant to be Stephen's girlfriend.
Babe, oh God. I mean...
Can I say, when you're young and so at school in year 8 maybe, I fell in love with a boy called Charlie Vincent. I've spoken about him before. I will say.
Do you want to change his name?
That is his real name. I've said his real name before. Do you want me to change it?
Well, not if it's out there already.
Parley Pinton. His name's...
Parley Pinton, yeah.
Parley Pinton. And I was so in love with him. I literally thought that was it. I was going to be in love with him forever. I lost my virginity to him. I was with him for ages. Young love, so good. Anyway, I actually broke up with him because I thought the grass was greener, and I met this other guy called Pam Pooper at Stagecoach, my drama school, and I fell in love with him. He actually, Faye Plunkett actually has got with him in the end and sagged me off, which was a bit annoying. Anyway, I broke up with Charlie, but when you Parley, sorry. I broke up with Parley, but I kind of felt like he was mine because we'd been out for so long when we were young, honestly from 12 to 16, 15. Anyway, then Holes, good friend Holes, comes around to my house one day and she's acting all weird, her and Marv are there. And I'm like, why are you being so weird? She's like, I've got to tell you something. And I'm like, what?
Faye and him are snogging.
No, not Faye. She was snogging some Pam Pooper. Sorry. She was snogging Pam Pooper. Anyway, I was getting done in left, right and centre by all these little bitches. And she looks at me and she goes, Palace Paw.
Do I know this person?
No, Palace Paw and Parley Pinton are going out. I was like, you what? This is one of my very good friends, actually a family friend. We've been friends since we were probably about 5. Going out. They went out for like a couple of years. Fuming, I was. Absolutely fuming, heartbroken. And he never told me. Never looked me in the eye and told me. Couldn't believe it.
Okay, this situation is different because Julian too, Annabelle was going out with him first.
True,
and then,
Annabelle's got dibs.
And then Julia, disobeyed the dibs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So actually, Julian too, maybe you had no...
leg to stand on.
No leg to stand on. But the kissing is annoying. It was all a bit shady. And also, when you're excited for your first kiss, where was your first kiss?
At a social. I told you this and I went in and I bounced off his hat. So I had to go in again and it was like...
Oh, horrible.
So horrendous, actually.
God, mine was actually behind a cricket club in year 6. Had a proper snog.
Year 6?
Yeah.
That's so young.
That's so young.
They're like 9 years old, babe. You're snogging at 9.
I wasn't 9 in year 6.
Yeah, 9 to 10 is year 6. Year 7 is 11 to 12. Year 8
You should know, to be fair, you're a tutor. I've got
13
no
to
idea.
14. You were snogging at 9.
Yeah, definitely year 6. Boughton on the Water Cricket Club. I went behind the back with Greg Dickinson and I snogged his face.
Craig Prickinson.
Craig Prickinson. Sorry, everyone. I will get better at changing names.
Yeah,
I
babe,
just forget.
sorry. I sadly don't think you've got first dibs. I think Annabelle's got dibs.
Julian too. I actually am with Ali Mack and I rarely am, but I do think maybe it's time to let bygones be bygones. I think you should reach out to Annabelle actually and say, oh, it's all so silly, wasn't it, babe? Shall we move on?
I had this with my friend, PG. You know my friend PG?
Yeah, I know PG.
Have we talked about this before?
A little bit.
About the fact that we didn't speak to each other for like a year over her ex-boyfriend and now we both fucking hate him and now we just kind of laugh about it.
I don't know where we spoke about this, but basically, she stole your boyfriend.
I had dibs.
Yeah, PG ignored the dibs.
PG disobeyed the dibs and I mean,
Sorry. If you know the names, it's really good. Sorry.
She disobeyed the dibs and I gave her a year of the silent treatment.
Yeah, well, better than 5 years.
And now I just think, oh, whatever.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
One's marrying him. Who cares?
No one's going to marry Stephen. Do you know what I mean? And if they do, you should be at the wedding and you should be a flower girl.
I agree.
And you should say, I'm glad you chose Annabelle over me, Stephen, because look at you now.
I think for small, crushes like that, because they're crushes.
It is frustrating when another girl wins, though. I do think, you did get picked. And you feel a bit on the bench.
But that's only because you're in competition. It's not actually that you're pissed off that she won, but you're not actually pissed off that she got Stephen, because is Stephen even that good? He's probably spotty anyway.
Stephen's probably got acne. Not that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying, oh no, I'm cancelled by the acne community. That was just a dig at Ali Mack for her disgusting behaviour. That's all it was.
Come on,
I just wanted to give her a little whoops.
Julian number 3?
Yeah, please.
I've nearly sent this voice note so many times. You can see from above that I sent one already and then deleted it because it's so embarrassing. But basically, my ex-boyfriend and I was together for the first year of uni, and I stayed at his student accommodation. He had Jack and Jill shared bathroom, as you do first year of uni, little bit shit. And basically went out of his flatmates feeling quite nervous because new people don't really know them. I got so insanely drunk that I woke up in the morning throwing up, as you do after a really heavy night, butt naked in his shared Jack and Jill toilet. And then I was so hungover that I shat on his floor. No. Fully shat on his floor. And bear in mind, shared Jack and Jill, boys' bathroom, no toilet roll, no bleach, nothing. I was left to scrape up my hungover shit whilst still throwing up in the toilet into his toilet. Eventually had the mint shower gel scrubbing this floor. Disgusting. Never again. thank God it's next. And he still doesn't know this to this day.
I'm so sorry. I would disappear.
I'm
Into
sorry.
thin air. I would pack up all of my belongings and I'd be moving.
And I would
to
just
Bolivia.
run.
I'd be out of there.
Sorry, it's the Link shower gel for me.
No, mint.
You know,
She said
the mint, the tingly mint
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
The green one.
The what's it called?
Oh, what's it called? Like Touch
Original
of Nature or
Sauces
something.
or whatever it's called.
Yes.
What was it called?
Original sauce, natural sauce.
Something like that.
I got the sauce. What the hell, babe? That is, I'm mortified for you. Because we've all been there, but from alcohol, that is really intense.
Babe, I would swear to God, I would get out. I wouldn't even clean up my
I'd go
own
out
shit.
the other side through the other boys' room.
I'd leave my steaming shit on the floor, go out the other side.
Oh my God, it must have been diarrhea as well, surely.
And then I would literally block his number.
She had to use her hands, babe, to pick it up.
Online.
She didn't have any toilet roll. She must have used her hands.
It was under her nails. Deep it.
Oh, that is going to tip me over the edge for Hannah. That for me.
I bet she was smelling it all day. Imagine you pick up your meal deal to eat your sandwich and you smell your shit on your fingers. You would die. I would actually die a death. She must have done.
And like, you know,
that smell.
You know, when you
stays
can't,
with you.
like, get things like just there's like a millimeter with like the nail and the skin is just
Yeah. Also, you would go on like a kind of like microscopic level, wouldn't you? And think about all the particles under there. And I would just be stood there like really questioning my whole existence and just being like, wow, there's so much poo under my nail. And will he ever shag me again? We didn't know. Wow, that is actually blown my mind.
Anything with my hands for about 6 months.
Babe, I'm so sorry. I would honestly be doing the no hands rule. I wouldn't even be like hugging my mum. That is so bad.
I wouldn't even be typing on my laptop, babe.
I'd be so scared to get pink eye.
Imagine if you wash your face.
Also,
you get
imagine the
shit
smell
on your-
because you've actually just vomited in the toilet and then you've actually just got to get the mint. Mint and poo is actually just the worst. I can't. I think we've hit an all-time low. I actually can't, babe. I'm so sorry that happened to you because it's really mortifying.
I actually am going to die. That is.
Oh, and I know a boy's bathroom. They've got nothing. You're looking around and you're like, and nothing. Not a J cloth. Not an empty loo roll holder. Nothing.
Not even like a toothbrush holder to scoop the poo up with. Nothing.
Toothbrush holder.
You know, like something like circular to just like scoop it. And
Yeah.
you have to get it on your fucking fingernails.
I could actually be sick. I could be violently unwell. I could go and do what she just did now from hearing that. That is wild.
scoop your poo off the floor. I don't think so.
Just getting sick and shit at the same time.
Can
from
I
doing
just
that.
say though, to make her feel better, there was a lot of poo-related embarrassing stories. So clearly
Fine.
we've all
It's
got a
not
lot of
just
issues.
you, basically.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're not laughing to make you feel awful. We're laughing to say.
I'm laughing because if it was me, I would actually be so mortified.
There was
and-
another girl. Did I tell someone? I don't know if I talk about this, but
Oh, I don't know if I'm repeating myself.
there was this one guy. I'm sure I've told you this. I actually have the pictures somewhere on my phone.
Pictures.
Of this guy. This girl had shagged this guy. This guy, she woke up in the morning and he had literally just disappeared. And she goes into the bathroom. There's a steaming shit on the floor and he left his boxers. He'd obviously just walked out the house. Like, I don't know how he got out. Because
Why had he done a poo on the floor?
Because he'd obviously missed the bathroom. He was so pissed. The loo, he was so pissed.
Oh, he was pissed.
And he just left, his jeans and his boxers were on her bathroom floor and he wasn't there. So she was like, what has he left in?
I think I'd actually really have to go to therapy for that. Walking into my bathroom and just seeing a shit.
I'll find the picture when
And
we're
also
done.
waking up and someone not being there, because that's also mortifying. Both things are mortifying.
I think finding steaming shit on your floor.
No, but you got the
more-
double whammy.
Is more mortifying than waking up in an empty bed.
No,
I
no,
just have
but
to
you got
put
the
that
double
out
whammy,
there.
babe. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think you could look past the empty bed, babe, if there was steaming shit on your floor. Do you know what I mean?
I think that is wild. I'm sorry. I feel unwell.
Fingernails, that's really tickled me.
That is brilliant, babe. I'm so sorry. But don't worry about it because everyone has issues with their
Oh,
bowels.
babe, don't worry.
sometimes.
I just gassed everyone in the OVO Wembley Arena. Don't worry about
Nothing
it.
to worry about, honestly.
I mean, I don't have shit under my fingernails.
Also,
but-
well cleaned. Very Mrs. Hinge. Very innovative that you use your hands and the mint shower gel.
Oh, time for a debrief.
Oh, I don't know where to start. Right.
Oh, goodness me. Right. The first one is shagging your best friends. Sorry, your family friends, and he's confused.
He broke up with you because he was confused, but then he's in a relationship 2 minutes later. It's always the way. It's like when you've got a boyfriend, right? I haven't had this happen to me, but I know it does happen. And they go, yeah, no, I really don't want kids. I don't really want marriage. And then next year, like
Yes!
the wife's up the duff and, you know, they've bought a house and they're married and you just think, wow, you just didn't want me. That's so savage.
But then just say that because I just
Say
think, like,
it.
it's worse to be under a false sense of security.
Horrible. Well, and also I just think like,
Don't
not
wait-
everyone is a bit shit, actually, but people that show you their shit, you must believe they are.
Yes.
in that moment, they're not ready for anything because they're being shit.
And don't wait for anyone, babe. Live your life.
Live your life.
We were talking to
Don't go to Barbara's barbecues. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't bump into him.
Yeah.
Stay separate from the family friendship.
That's a good one, because like sometimes it's like a drug. You like can't not look at the.
And you also want to ask Barbara, like, so
how's
what's
he doing?
Matt up to?
No, forget
horrible.
that. Don't do that. Year 7.
Julian, number 2, didn't get the guy.
Babe, I think you got to bury the hatchet.
I think you've actually got a message. I actually implore you to message Annabelle and say, babe, it was such a silliness, wasn't it? Should we go for a coffee? Come on, let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, unless you could, planning on having 4 children and a white wedding with Steve. I don't think it's the end of the world, babe.
I think you could reach out. I think you could say hello, and then you could make a joke like, you little whore. And then you could move on.
That's very funny. you scummy.
You boyfriend stealing bitch. How are ya? What do you do for work nowadays? I think it could be fun. Yeah, year 7
I
whore.
think that'd be really fun, yeah. And then the last one, star of the week, Julian 3, shitty fingernails.
I actually can't talk about it. It's just put me into a hole.
I will think about you for a long time, babe, because now when I think about picking up, cutting food, I'll think...
I can't pick up a dog shit, so how you did that, I will never know.
Neither. And they're doing it through
a bag.
And it's...
If only she'd had one of them in her bag.
It's piping hot, those dog shits. Why are they so fucking warm? I'd love to understand. I'd love to understand why poo, human and dog, is honestly boiling.
Your body temperature's so hot, surely.
It's not 100 degrees inside your body, babe. When you pick up that dog
You're
poo,
telling me it's 100 degrees. It's not a pitter, is it? It's not a pitter from the toaster. It's not that hot, is it? No.
No. I would change your Facebook name, change your identity.
Good thing it's your ex-boyfriend now, and he never knew. So you did a good cleaning job, which is epic. As long as you take that to the grave, and I'm sorry that you told us, but no one knows your name, you're fine. You smashed it. It was if he walked in when you were in that state that would have been a real nightmare.
Smashed it is very strong.
Imagine if he'd walked in.
I would have left, babe, and he would have walked in. I just think whatever.
You wouldn't have cleaned it up?
No, I wouldn't, because there's no way I'd be getting shit.
Because you're a disgusting person.
That... And we've come full circle.
Oh dear. That was a brilliant mixed bag of voice notes, I think.
Love you all. See, the mixed bags are always the best. I love the mixed bags.
So if you are sitting on something really random and you think, they haven't really asked for anything about that, don't worry. Rihanna will sift through and she'll find you.
Please send us all your embarrassing stories. Let this episode be a reminder to you that nothing is
off limits.
As having shit under your fingernails.
Nothing will ever be that bad.
Ever. Love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe and follow. Please actually do it. If you listen to us every week and you love the pod, please subscribe, because we really need to get our numbers up, everyone. September the 1st is the deadline. So could you help us out and do us a solid and press follow and subscribe? Love you so much. See you next week, Gallies.
Goodbye.